Following on from previous video, we talked about how or why maintaining consistency is so vital. But then you ask yourself, how do I start building, consistency? How do I go from, okay, I understand consistency. I understand what consistency is. I understand why it's vital in our lives. But then how do I actually implement it? How do I start from not having any consistency in life and push myself to start with that, first step, the baby step, as you would say, and go from there? I want to make a part 2 to the previous one. Shout out Rob for the suggestion. Much appreciated. And hopefully this will be a good sort of mini plan for people, or a template that people can use to start with the baby steps and going forward using that, or using this template. So obviously we've talked about consistency. We know how and why it's vital in life. If you don't know, if you want to have a little insight into that, the previous video, go watch it. It'll be at the end of this video as well. Recommend watching it first. So moving on from that, how do I build consistency? How do I, someone who has no consistency in life, none of my daily actions have any relevant or consistent behaviors throughout? Or we could even reword that and say, none of my daily behaviors have any consistent benefit to my life. There are consistent daily behaviors that people have that are very detrimental to their life. We could talk about junk food, eating junk food daily. If someone's eating junk food daily, you could arguably say that's not healthy for you. That's just one of the behaviors that people may have. So how do I, as someone who doesn't have any consistency, how do I make that first step? So the first step is, you want to find something in life, and it needs to be the smallest of things, right? It needs to be the smallest of tasks that you can do day in and day out to start with this consistency, for your mind to figure out what consistency is. It may sound stupid, but you need to program your brain into understanding what a good consistent behavior is, and then why it will benefit you, right? And the most obvious and most, I think, talked about, but I think overlooked as well, is making your bed in the morning. The most simplest of things, a daily behavior every single day, or the majority of people watching this video will be waking up in a bed with a duvet on, correct? You've woken up and you've left your bed untidy. So the behavior is not there, right? So why not tomorrow? This is the first step. Wake up and make your bed straight away. First thing, as soon as you wake up. Not only do you feel good about completing a task, you can use that momentum from that first task to carry on throughout the day. You set your whole body and your mind off in a good state by completing a task. Because like I said before, when have you ever completed a task and felt terrible? Very rarely, right? Unless it was a task that you didn't really want to do. Majority of the time you complete something and you feel good, you feel you want to do something else. And that's called momentum. That's the momentum of the first task being completed to the second. Obviously, if a task takes a good number of hours, you may feel a bit tired after that. But a simple making your bed may take 30 seconds, if that. That's a good feeling. You complete that, move on to the next one. So that's the first step. Every single day you should be making your bed. Like I said, not only does it make you start off your mornings really well, but it gets you into that consistent beneficial mindset of consistent behavior. So step 1, make your bed in the morning. That's a consistent behavior. Every single day, wake up, make your bed. Doesn't matter if you're sleeping in a hotel or even at someone else's house, make your bed. That simple making your bed behavior will massively impact you throughout the day, because then you can, like I said, you can use this momentum. Let's say you go downstairs. Let's say you go downstairs and you want to be healthy. You're not eating any junk food in the morning, none of that rubbish. You make yourself, some eggs, some fruit, something like that. Consistent behavior again. You make yourself some eggs and you have a banana on the side. 2 benefits to your diet, some would argue. Smashed out that part of the day, and it just carries on throughout. Whatever you do for work, whatever you do for school, you can translate it into that niche. So just using that simple step of, let's just make my bed in the morning. There you go, consistent behavior. And then once you have that under your belt, give it a couple weeks for it to be solidified. I think they say it takes about 21 days for a habit to become, or a behavior to become a habit. You then look around and think, right, what else do I want to become consistent in? What am I currently studying? What am I currently working in? What am I working on as a side project? How can I increase my efficiency in that niche? No, we're gonna go with a learning a language one, because I'm currently doing the same. Let's say I'm trying to learn a language. How can I learn a language? Hop onto there's many apps, many websites, and just do 10-15 minutes a day. Doesn't matter when you do it in the day, as long as you're consistent every day, 10 to 15 minutes. Smash that out. And once again, your mind will be in that mindset of, wow, I've just completed another task. I feel good. What's the next one? And then you use that momentum to go another one. So if you're ever feeling like you need to build some consistency, start off with the smallest of things. Make your bed. Tidying your room is a good one, but that's not something you can do every day unless you're a very messy person. I think tidying your room is something that you do to start off a momentum-based day. If you're feeling like you don't know where to start off with your bed and then tidying your room. Then you can use that momentum from that then on. But a daily consistent behavior would be the bed. And then even, let's say you're learning a niche, like learning a language, learning an instrument, 10 to 15 minutes, however long you want to do in that day, as long as you're daily doing it, that is what will create that consistent behavior. So obviously you may have big goals. You may, let's say you want to become a CEO of a company, a massive thing. You want to start your own company. Realistically, that's a big goal, right? That's not something that you can do in a day. That takes years of consistent behavior towards that craft, of that business. But it all can just be derived from making your bed. It sounds crazy, but once you make your bed, start your day off right, you'll be able to use that momentum and use that consistency that you've trained your mind to see and do daily into other avenues of business, for this example. So to summarize, make sure you start off with the smallest of behaviors that you want to do. I recommend making your bed. There may be others out there, but I think the most easy and simplest of ones is just to make your bed in the morning. Not only is it beneficial in different ways, it looks nice as well. That'll kickstart your life into some sort of consistency. And then you can look into different avenues that you are currently involved in life. Like I said, it could be learning a language, learning guitar, any other niche that may be around. And look at ways that you can improve certain niches. This video would be very long if I went into every single niche. There's thousands and thousands of niches. That's up to you to decide where you can see flaws in your systems, in your daily habits. And that's what the next video is also going to be about. So just to top off the video, end it with a quote again. Consistency is what transforms average into excellence.